They say how these niggas come from dirt to bad hoes and bankrolls. Over 100 shots on the E-way, I gotta make it home. I learned from my struggle, stack that dope, forget your hustle on. Go ride for your brother when he call you.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Chopping It Up with Diz and Los. I'm Diz. There's no Los. Unfortunately, Los has to stay late at work. You know, that's sometimes with corporate America, you got to do that. So, Los and I had a couple topics we were going to go over, but breaking news earlier today, Tom Thibodeau was let go from the New York Knicks.
Yeah!
After he just had the best season in the last 25 years, the Knicks last 25 years had it was the best season that they had. I think this is the bad move because I do think that Tom Thibodeau was a great coach, great defensive coach. He gets everything out of his players. One of the things I would say was it's more about, I don't want to say it, but I do think Brunson didn't come out in that press conference and said, Thibodeau's my man. I want him next year. If he was set out and said, look, I want Thibodeau. I want him for the next couple of years, he would be there. But he didn't really answer it, and he just said yes. He said yes. They said, do you think Thibodeau is the coach? Yes. But if he put his foot down and stand on his business and said, look, he is our guy. He brought us here. We'll go with him. I think he would have stayed. Now, everybody we saw on Sunday, the Knicks lost. The reason that he got fired, they lost, and Pacers they lost to. I do think that they were outplayed, but I don't think they were outplayed coaching because I think they were more the physical aspect of it, the team, the players, the skills. The Pacers are on another level. Their defense, top 3 in the league. I always thought that it was Boston. Then it was LA Lakers when they had AD. They were a great defensive team as well. And, now you got to put the Pacers up there. Pacers have a great defense. They're all long. And, Brunson wasn't getting the separation what he was doing normally with the Boston. They had him from one end to the court to the other side of the baseline, all the way to the other side of the baseline. They were on him like white on rice. That's what you got to do. When you have someone up in your face, you're getting uncomfortable. And something that George and myself and we would tell all the fighters, you want to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I just did not see that with Brunson. I did not see him being comfortable with the pressure that the Pacers were giving him. Then you just had Shakeup just going off. I mean, he is a great piece of the puzzle for any championship team. You saw him a couple years ago when he won with Toronto. That is the type of person that you want on your team. He can shoot, he can rebound, he can pass. He's not a headache in the locker room. I just thought the team, as a team aspect of it, the Pacers were the better team. Knicks have the better talent, but the Pacers had the better team. And one of the things I heard the other day, from Kevin Garnett, he said that it used to be the big 3, or you said, one superstar and then another superstar. Then when KG and Ray Allen came over to Boston Celtics, they had the big 3. That's when the big 3 started. Then you had the Heat. Then you had Brooklyn. Then you had, all these other teams trying to get the big 3. But KG said it. You need a whole team. You need 9 people. You don't just need big 3. You need 9 people as a team, everybody buying in. And that's what the Pacers did. Last year, the Pacers did very well, and I saw something. They did very well in the midseason tournament. They won it. And at that time, I said, Pacers could do something in the future. I didn't think they were ready now or, a year later. I didn't think so. I thought it was like 2-3 years down the road. But, hey, you got to give all the credit to the Pacers. They came in. They did what they had to do. They took the first 2 games in New York was huge. Los almost came with the prediction that they would go lose 2, win 2, lose 1, win the last 2. Unfortunately, that almost came out, but unfortunately, that was not true. So where are the Knicks going to go now? They fired their coach. What are they going to do? What I would have done, first thing, and he's a great player, but Karl Anthony Towns, get him out. He is not a winner. He's not a winner. I heard people saying he's a loser. He's not a winner. Some things that I see with him, he's always looking for the foul. He's a little zesty too, but no, that has nothing to do with it. But he's just, not physical enough. Not physical enough. And I saw when they had Mitchell Robinson in there, Mitchell Robinson was physical. And I think that could be a key for next year. So what are they going to do? I think there's a couple options that they have out there, but the main thing, you got to get rid of Cat. There's only a couple people that you can trade for him because the money has to make sense. The money has to add up. So let's see. Who is there? Everybody knows Giannis. Giannis wants to get out. I would trade Cat for Giannis. Now, if I have to give Bridges or Hart or someone else, I don't want it. Don't want it. Go. Giannis, go to a different team. Go to the Spurs. Go Heat. We'll get out of here. We don't want it. But this is a trade that I think can happen, and there's two reasons why. One, trade Cat to Phoenix for straight up Kevin Durant. The reason why I say this, Phoenix wants to break that team up, but they don't. They do want to break it up, but they don't. Get younger. So what are you going to do? Devin Booker went to college with Cat. They have a great relationship. No package, straight up. Pack Cat's bags tomorrow, yesterday. Send him to Phoenix, get KD in here because the Celtics are out next year. Tatum is done. So the Knicks are the favorite, I believe. Right now, they're the favorite to go to the Eastern Conference Final next year. And I don't think the Pacers, I think this is 1 year for the Pacers, and then maybe a couple years, take a step back, and then a couple years go back to the playoffs. They're a good team. The Eastern Conference, don't know if they will make it to the Eastern Conference. But it's a clear avenue for the Knicks, a clear avenue for the Knicks to go straight to the Eastern Conference, get Cat out of here, get KD in here, okay? Because KD dragged the Brooklyn Nets to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, his foot, if it was an inch small, they would have been Eastern Conference Finals. They would have went to I think they would have beat, I think they played Phoenix that year. Milwaukee played Phoenix and they beat them. But get KD in here. You need to get KD in here. Now, get rid of Cat. You need another big man. Al Horford. He's a free agent. I don't think Boston's going to re-sign him. If they don't, get Al Horford in here. Get KD in here. Keep everybody with that team. Put Mitchell as a starting center. You have to. He is actually he's a good center. He rebounds. He's a big defensive player. He can block shots. He needs help with the free throw line. But put him in the starting lineup and say, you are my center. You're my starting center. I need you to work 30. I need you to play 30 minutes a game with Bridges, KD, Josh Hart, and Brunson. That's because KD's a killer. He is a sniper. He will drag you, and he always hits big shots too. But when he got Brunson, because no one could make their own shot. Brunson was all, clogged up and stuff. With the defense, he couldn't open up, and then Bridges did a little bit. He did okay. But he needed to do more. I just didn't see I just couldn't see Cat do anything. So that's why get him out, get KD here, get Al Horford, put Mitchell as the starting center. That's your starting five. Brunson, Bridges, KD, Mitchell, and of course Josh Hart in there as well. I think Josh Hart needs to be in there. He is a little lightning stick. You need him. He's a good team player. He's a good team player. I really like Brunson. So coaches, what now? Since you need a coach, I don't know who the Knicks are going to look at. Could be Brunson's father, who's on the coaching staff. Everybody respects him. He's a down-to-earth guy. That could be an interim, just for a year, maybe. I don't think there'll be a big splash because I don't think there's good coaches out there that are open, Another one who I would probably go after. He's not coaching and he's not commentating, but I think Mark Jackson is the person that the Knicks should go after. Former Knicks player, New Yorker, Mark Jackson as the Knicks head coach for 2026, 2027 should be signed this week. I really hope so. He deserves it. He got blackballed out of Golden State. That team that Steve Kerr won with was his team. They were just getting to the top, and then they fired him. I know there was stuff behind the closed doors in the front office and stuff like that, but hey, you got to give him a shot. And New York is the place for him. I think he should be the New York Knicks coach next year. Hey, I'm disappointed that the Knicks did this. I'm very actually, you know what? I'm happy because you know why? I don't like the Knicks. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. But to see what that team did, to bring the fans, the atmosphere, what they did, Thibodeau put a different name with the Knicks. He brought them back to life. And I do think, that was a bad move. And I hope that it's goes down for the Knicks for right now. But if they get Mark Jackson, if they trade Cat for KD, bring in Al Horford, it works out for everybody. All right, guys. Now we're going to go to another topic. This past weekend, the Yankees and the Dodgers played a good series. First game on Friday was okay. Started off, Judge home run, Ohtani home run, Ohtani another home run, but they lost. Game 2 on Saturday, a blowout. 18-4 it was? A blowout. But Judge hit a home run. Judge hit another home run. So, it was an okay series. It's not going to be the same teams that we're going to see later on in the playoffs or, if we do make the World Series or if they make the World Series. Because I'll tell you what, a team that's sneaking up, they're not sneaking up, but they haven't really blew up yet. But they're staying right there. And that's the New York Mets. They're getting healthier. Soto has not done nothing yet. Wait until he starts. So that's the team that, everybody's going to be different when we come down to playoffs, trading deadlines and all that. But I do think that we are witnessing something here with Aaron Judge that I haven't seen in my lifetime. I know I witnessed Barry Bonds. I witnessed Alex Rodriguez. But the way he is playing and, his numbers are just every year getting better and better and better. His average, 396. He was floating around 405 for a little bit. Consistent. Now they're not even pitching to him. Now, and he's starting to get that Barry Bonds, aura where walk him. I don't like that, but I understand it. I understand it. So I think we're in for a good ride with Aaron Judge. And I think, he's something special. He's something special. So just, everybody just watch him. And also, Shohan. This might be the first time, I think they said the first time ever, 2 back-to-back MVPs won it the year, back-to-back for the National League and the American League. It's going to be the first time that ever happens, if they stay healthy. But just enjoy baseball. Basketball's done with now. Baseball is going to start heating up. Los and I are going to start talking about baseball, but fantasy football's coming up. Giants are looking good in camp. Hey, Shador looking amazing in camp. Who's also looking amazing, and I did not expect Travis Hunter's looking really good, offensively and defensively. He was picking off balls today, diving for it, and he looked good. And I'm happy. I like Travis Hunter. Do I like Shador? I like him, but I just thought he was too cocky a little bit. But I think not getting drafted and going to the 5th round, I think that's a little humble pie a little bit. And he's here to prove himself in Cleveland, and I think he will. Listen, guys, I'm coming off being sick last week. After the show last week, I went to bed. I was sick. I went last week. I went to bed, and I didn't wake up and get out of my room until what? Thursday around 9, 10 o'clock. I had the flu. I was messed up. I'm still stuffy here. My throat. And I didn't wash my cough. Now they're like, oh, he just coughed. He's fake. No. So I'm still dragging. 15 minutes in. Los is not here. My tag team partner. I was going to tag him in to get, but he's not here. And again, corporate America, he has a family has to provide, and that's what's first. We do this just, for fun for you guys. Of course, we want everything to grow and, million subscribers, 200,000 views. But hey, we're small. We're growing every week. We're doing what we can do. But once fantasy football comes in, this show's going to take off to another level because we're going to do our draft. I'm going to go to Jersey and do a draft with Chino. I haven't been going for the last 4 years. I haven't went to Jersey to Chino's house to do the draft this year. I think I'm obligated to give the fans what they want to see. Inside a draft room with a bunch of guys, friends. Hey, just hanging out, getting a little beers, some food. They always have the wing. Chino, they do it right. Los does it right. He does it right when he does. And I know his cousin's involved. They do it right. And I think this year I'll go out. We'll video a couple of our picks. We'll give you the teams. I think maybe the first pick of each person we'll record. And then we'll just, piece it up after that. We got some guests coming on. I know Jersey Jay-Z reached out to someone. I'm not going to say the name, but he's a pretty big commentator for ESPN. I'll just say it like that. He has his own podcast. Said he might come on during the season. Hey, we're open to everybody. Another thing that got announced today was Devin Haney versus Lopez. Now, I know George and myself might do a little boxing and bagels. I just got my car back. Again, hey, just a little story. My car broke down again. But I just got it back. I might drive down there. We'll do an in-studio, do a boxing and bagels, and talk about the fight. I know we got a couple of fights. The UFC fight's coming on, and we'll talk about the Haney and Lopez fight coming on. Ryan Garcia had surgery. He's going to be coming back. But look, guys, I'm going to head out here. It's an 18-minute show. That's all. Like, subscribe. Please do the best that you can to listen, to subscribe, tell your friends, leave comments, and we'll definitely be here next week with Los, myself. Maybe we'll get a surprise guest. I'll reach out to Jersey, see if he wants to come on and maybe talk about some of his podcasts that he has. He has a couple of podcasts. He has a movie podcast review. He has, the live with Greg Valentino and Jersey. And also George. I know everybody's looking at me they're asking me hey, your brother George has been doing a lot of podcasts. But you know what? There's stuff brewing in the back, man. There is stuff. He's taken the Zapata brand to a different level. And sometimes you got to go in a little hole and do what you got to do and then come out with, boom, a lot of stuff. He's working on a lot of stuff, not just for podcasts. Not just for podcasts. You guys will all see it soon. But again, just subscribe to the channel, to the Zapata brand, to Jersey Jay-Z, Diz and Los chopping it up. Everybody, we're a family. Just reach out. But guys, thank you. We'll see you next week. Hopefully. I'm Diz. Peace.
Shots on the E-way, I gotta make it home. I learned from my struggle, stack that dough, forget your hustle on.